Hi everyone. Okay, so you know how I did Dr. Seuss Part 1 and had one book because I couldn't find the other ones? Well, I finally found the other ones. So I have 6 Dr. Seuss books today that I'm going to read for this Part 2. Like I said, I am doing this because that last book before Abraham Lincoln, I read about Dr. Seuss. So that's why I wanted to do some fun books that Dr. Seuss wrote. This one is There's a Wocket in My Pocket by Dr. Seuss. Okay. And a findo in my window, and a nutcase in my bookcase. It's kind of fun. Just something that they must have put on the front that looks cool, huh? There's a lock in my pocket. There we go. Did you ever have the feeling there's a wasket in your basket? Or a neuro in your bureau? Or a wasset in your closet? Sometimes I feel quite certain there's a jerkin in the curtain. Sometimes I have the feeling there's a zlock behind the clock. And the zelf up on that shelf, I have talked to him myself. That's the kind of house I live in. There's a nink in the sink, and a zamp in the lamp, and they're rather nice, I think. Some of them are friendly, like the yacht in the pot, but that yodel in the bottle, or that yodel in the bottle, some are friendly, some are not. I like the zabel on the table, in the gear under the chair, but that bofa on the sofa, well, I wish he wasn't there. All those nubbards in the cupboards, they're good fun to have about, but that toothbrush on my toothbrush, him I could do without. So could I. The only one I'm really scared of is that vug under the rug. And that chimney up the chimney, I don't like him, not at all. And it makes me sort of nervous when that Zal scoots down the hall. But the yups on the steps, they're great fun to have around, and so are many, many other friends that I have found. Like the teller and the neller and the geller and the deller and the beller and the weller and the zeller in the cellar. And the geeling on the ceiling and the zower in my shower. And the Zillow on my pillow. I don't care if you believe it, that's the kind of house I live in, and I hope we never leave it. Alright, that was book number 1 for this fun, exciting part 2 of Dr. Seuss books. Next one is Mr. Brown Can Moo, Can You? By Dr. Seuss. Let's see here. Moo. Oh, the wonderful things that Mr. Brown can do. He can go like a cow. He can go moo, moo. Mr. Brown can do it. How about you? He can go like a bee. Mr. Brown can buzz. How about you? Can you go buzz, buzz? He can go like a cork. Pop, pop, pop. He can go like a horse, clop, clop, clop. He can go eek, eek, like a squeaky shoe. He can go like a rooster, cock-a-doodle-doo. He can go like an owl, hoo, 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 hoo. Eek, 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 cock-a-doodle-doo. Hoo, 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 hoo. How about you? He can go like the rain, dibble, 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 dop. Dibble, 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 dop, dop, dop. He can go like a train, choo-choo, choo-choo. Oh, the wonderful things Mr. Brown can do. Moo, moo, buzz, buzz, pop, pop, pop. Eek, eek, hoo, hoo, clop, clop, clop. Dibble, dibble, dop, dop, cock-a-doodle-doo. Mr. Brown can do it. How about you? Mr. Brown can whisper, whisper, very soft, very high, like the soft, soft whisper of a butterfly. Maybe you can too. I think you ought to try. He can go like a horn, blurp, 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 like a big cat drinking, slurp, slurp, slurp. He can go like a clock, he can tick, he can talk. He can go like a hand on a door, knock, knock, tick tock, knock, knock, knock. Oh, the wonderful things Mr. Brown can do. Blurp, blurp, slurp, slurp, cock-a-doodle-doo. Knock, 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 and hoo, hoo, hoo. He can even sizzle, sizzle. He can do that too, like an egg in a frying pan. How about you? Mr. Brown is smart as they come. He can do a hippopotamus chewing on gum. Grum, 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 grum. Mr. Brown is so smart, he can even do this. He can even make a noise like a goldfish kiss. Pip, pip, pip. Boom, boom, boom. Mr. Brown is a wonder. Boom, boom, boom. Mr. Brown makes thunder. He makes lightning splat, splat, splat. It's very, very hard to make a noise like that. Oh, the wonderful things Mr. Brown can do. Moo, moo, buzz, buzz, pop, pop, pop. Eek, eek, hoo, hoo, clop, clop, clop. Dibble, dibble, dop, dop, cock-a-doodle-doo. Grum, 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 choo, choo, choo. Boom, boom, splat, splat, tick, tick, tock. Sizzle, sizzle, blurp, blurp, knock, knock, knock. A slurp and a whisper, and a fish kiss too. Mr. Brown can do it. How about you? All right, that was book number 2. Mr. Brown Can Moo by you. Next book for this Dr. Seuss series is Oh Say, Can You Say by Dr. Seuss. Oh, my brothers, oh, my sisters, these are terrible tongue twisters. Said a book-reading parrot named Hooey, the words in this book are all phooey. When you say them, your lips will make slips and backflips, and your tongue may end up in a St. Louis. fresh, fresher, freshest. Do you like fresh fish? It's just fine at Finny's diner. Finny also has some fresher fish that's fresher and much finer. But his best fish is his freshest fish. And Finny says with pride, the finest fish at Finny's is my freshest fish, French fried. So don't order the fresh or the fresher fish at Finny's. If you're wise, you'll say, fetch me the finest French fried, freshest fish that Finny fries. Din's shin. We have a dinosaur named Din. Din's thin. Din doesn't have much skin, and the bones fall out of his left front shin. Then we have to call in Pinner Blin, who comes with his handy shin pin bin. And with the thin Blin shin bin pin, Blin pins Din's shin bones back. No, right, back in. These are kind of funny. Bed spreader, bread spreader. Bed spreaders spread spreads on beds. Bread spreaders spread butters on breads. And that bed spreader better watch out how he's spreading, or that bread spreader's sure going to get butter on his bedding. I dare you guys to try these. They are difficult. That's why I can't look up much, because I feel like I'm going to mess up if I do. Ape cakes, grape cakes. As he gobbled the cakes on his plate, the greedy ape said as he ate, the greener green grapes are, the keener keen apes are. To gobble green grape cakes, they're great. Question. Okay. Are you having trouble in saying this stuff? It's really quite easy for me. I just look in the mirror and see what I say. And then I just say what I see. Now let's talk about money. You should leave your grox home. When you travel by air, if you take him along, they charge double the fare. And your grox must be packed and locked up in a grox box, which costs much, much more than a little old fox box. So it's heaps a lot cheaper to fly with your foxes than waste all that money on boxes for groxes. And what do you think costs more, a simple thimble or a single shingle? A simple thimble could cost less than a single shingle would, I guess. So I think that the single shingle should cost more than a simple thimble would. At Skipper Zips. If you like to eat potato chips, chew pork chops on Clipper ships. I suggest that you chew a few chips and a chop at Skipper Zips Clipper ship, chip chop shop. And if your tongue is getting queasy, don't give up. The next one's easy. Here we go, the fun nuddlers. There are so many things that you really should know, and that's why I'm bothering telling you so. You should know the first names of the fun nuddler brothers who like to pile each on the heads of the others. If you start at the top, there are Bipper and Bud, and Skipper and Jipper and Jeffrey and Judd, Horatio, Horace, and Hendrix and Hud, and then come Dinwiddie and Dinty and Dud. Also Fitzzimmon and Frederick and Fudd, and Slinky and Stinky and Stuart and Stud. And down at the bottom is poor little Lud, but if Lud ever sneezes, his name will be Mud. If I could turn the page, oh my goodness. Quack, quack. We have 2 ducks, one blue, one black. And when our blue duck goes quack, quack, our black duck quickly quack, quacks back. The quack's blue quacks make her quite a quacker, but black is a quicker quacker backer. And speaking of quacks, remind me of cracks and stacks and sacks and shacks and schnacks. So, oh, say, can you say, I have cracks in my shack, I have smoke in my stack, I think there's a schnack in the sack on my back. West beast, east beast. Up an island hard to reach, the east beast sits upon his beach. Upon the west beach sits the west beast. Each beach beast thinks he's the best beast. Which beast is best? Well, I thought at first that the east was best, and the west was worst. Then I looked again from the west to the east, and I liked the beast on the east beast least. Pete pats pigs. Pete Briggs pats pigs. Briggs pats pink pigs. Briggs pats big pigs. Don't ask me why, it doesn't matter. Pete Briggs is a pink pig. Big, big patter. Pete Briggs pats his big pink pigs all day. Don't ask me why, I cannot say. Then Pete puts his patted pigs away in his Pete Big Briggs pink pigs big pigs pig pen. Fritz food. Fritz needs Fred, and Fred needs Fritz. Fritz needs Fred, and Fred feeds Fritz feeds Fred, and Fred feeds Fritz. Fred feeds Fritz with Ritzy Fred food. Fritz needs Fred with Ritzy feeds Fred with Ritzy Fritz food. And Fritz, when fed, has often said, I'm a Fred feed Fritz. Fred's a Fritz feed Fred. That one was a hard one. Maybe you should try it. How to tell a klotz from a glotz. Well, the glotz, you will notice, has lots of black spots. The klotz is quite different with lots of black dots. But the big problem is that the spots on a glotz are about the same size as the dots on a klotz. So if you have to spot who the one with the dots is, then it's easy to tell who the klotz or the glotz is. Good luck. They look exactly the same to me. What would you rather be when you grow up? A cop in a cop's cap, or a cupcake cook in a cupcake cook's cap, or a fat flapjack flapper in a flat flapjacked cap. Or if you think you don't like cops, caps, flapjack flappers, or cupcake cooks' caps, maybe you're one of those choosy chaps who like kooky captain's caps, perhaps. Whew. More about Blinn. Well, when Blinn comes home, tired from his work-pinning shins, the happiest hour of old Blinn's day begins. Mr. Blinn is the father of musical twins, who, tucking twin instruments under twin chins, lull their daddy to sleep with twin Blinn violins. And oh, say, can you say, far away in Berlin, a musical urchin named Gretchen von Schwinn has blue-footed, true-footed, trick-fingered, slick-fingered, six-fingered, six-stringed, tin, Schwinn, mandolin. I know I said I had 6 books today, but I think I'm just going to go with 3 and do the next 3 tomorrow or another day. This is really tongue-tying me, unless I have time. Rope soap, hoop soap. If you hope to wash soup off a rope, simply scrub it with a scrope. Scrope is so strong that no rope is too long. But if you should wish to wash soup off a hoop, I suggest that it's best to let your whole silly souped up hoop soak in soapy Cooper super soap off hoops soak suds. Whew. Merry Christmas mush. One year we had Christmas brunch, with Merry Christmas mush to munch, but I don't think you cared for such. We didn't like to munch mush much. And speaking of Christmas, here are some great gifts to give to your daddy. If your daddy's name is Jim, and if Jim swims, and if Jim's slim, the perfect Christmas gift for him is a set of Slim Jim swim fins. But if your daddy's name is Dwight, and he likes to look at birds at night, and the gift for Dwight that might be right is a bright Dwight bird flight night sight light. But never give your daddy a walrus. A walrus with whiskers is not a good pet, and a walrus which whispers is worse even yet. When a walrus whispers, through tough, rough, wet whiskers, your poor daddy's ear will get blispers and bliskers. And that's almost enough of each stuff for one day. One more and you're finished. Oh, can you say? The storm starts when the drops start dropping. When the drops stop dropping, then the storm starts stopping. Alright everyone, I'm going to have to take a break on Dr. Seuss books. I love them, I do. But my mouth is dry, and I know that one was a tongue twister for me. The next 3 that I'll be reading, and then part 3 now that I have to do, is Dr. Seuss's ABC, the 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish, and the cat in the hat. So please come back. And also, I haven't said this in any of my videos, but if you enjoy what I read, please hit like, and please, what's the word I'm looking for? Like and subscribe. Please subscribe to me, alright? I hope you guys all have a great day. See you later.